Hello friends, this is Amit Ranjan and you are watching your favorite channel Java Mitra.
What is throws keyword and what is finally keyword we have left for here. So actually we are throwing an exception in our program, that is arithmetic exception. So with the help of throws keyword we can say to the outside world that this exception may occur from this method and nothing else. If our program has a possibility of throwing some exception, we can say with the help of throws keyword to the outside world that this method may throw such exception. So throws keyword is just to inform the user of this program to know that this exception might occur if you are using this method and nothing else. So if I am using throws keyword, there is no problem, we can recompile and we can do all those execution. If there is no reaction of using throws keyword, so why should we use? So actually there are some exception occur at the time of run and some exception occur at the time of compilation. So if an exception occur at the time of compilation, we need to use throws keyword, and in case of exception at runtime, we are free, either we can use or not. But in case of compile time exception, we should use throws keyword to say outside world that the program will throw an exception. For example, if I will remove this statement and I will create a exception object. So actually this exception is a compile time exception. So if I will throw this exception, then such compile time exception must be explicitly informed with the help of, suppose I will not inform, I will not use throws keyword in this case, then we cannot even compile our program. It will say unreported exception. So if there is an exception throwing from your method which is a compile time exception, then you must have to say throws and exception name. So in case of compile time exception, we should have to use throws keyword to say the outside world that this method may throw an exception. But in case of runtime exception, it is not required. Now if we will try to compile this program, what will happen? Can we successfully compile this program? I guess no. Why? Because it is throwing an exception which is a compile time exception, and this exception will thrown back here instead of calculated or divide method, and since there is no handler, no catch block for such exception, and neither I have used a throws keyword to say on main method that it will throw some exception, so the compilation error will come at this line. Let me show you by compilation. Okay, so either you have to catch exception just like these three catch blocks, or here I have to also say throws exception. But since this is a main method and there is no caller of main method, so if it is not good for a programmer to use throws exception at main method, because it will burst on the command prompt. So we must handle such exception, and since there is no arithmetic exception left, so I can remove this catch block and change it to exception, and then we can compile the program. There is no problem because the exception is handled here, and in this method I have used throws exception, throws keyword to say that this exception might be occur from this method. So the caller of divide method must be aware or must catch this exception. So the caller of divide method is main method, and main method is handling that exception. So there is no problem, we can run the program. How to use try block, catch block, multiple catch block, throws keyword, and one more keyword I have left for you is finally. So finally does the execution of its statement in any case. Either exception occur or not. Either execution is successful or exception occur. In both the case, if you want to execute some statement, then you should use finally block. Just like I say I am adding a finally block with a statement. Well, so either exception occur or not, this welcome must be there in our output. So let us see. In both the cases, the statement inside the finally block is executed. Here welcome comes before the result, because when x by y is returning back to the caller, finally block is executed. So welcome comes first, and then the value 4 came here in the main method, and then calculator.divide method's value is printed. So the value 4. But in second case, when exception occurred, the exception is thrown. If x by y throws an exception, in arithmetic exception I have used a statement to print this value. So please enter denominator as non-zero, is comes first, and then before throwing e, it prints welcome and then return back here. Let me add one statement also. Exception occurs. So when 12.0 goes to the x and y, it is trying to calculate. At the time of calculation, the return statement is not executed. The statement x by y is executed, and here exception occur. So instead of executing return statement, it comes to the catch block, and then it says please enter denominator as non-zero. Then it has a statement throw e. So before a jumping statement, it will execute the statement written in the finally block. So you should understand and should keep it in your mind that before the jumping or branching statement, the finally block will be executed, either x by y or throw e. So before throw e, welcome is executed, then throw e returns back to here, and then exception is caught and exception occur is printed here. So this is the complete scene behind try, catch, throw, throws, and finally.